Hello everyone, I'm back after a few months with my Criterion Collection update. I have, I think, around 15 new Criterion titles, so let's get started. First, it's by number 1, Jean Renoir's The Grand Illusion. It's out of print now from Criterion. All the Studio Canal Criterions are out of print. This is actually the only Jean Renoir film that I've watched which I'm sort of I'm not proud of, but this is a good place to start. It was a very good prison escape movie, one of my favorites. You can still get it for a fairly good price on Amazon and on eBay. I got this on eBay for $18.99, free shipping. So I highly recommend this one. Jean Renoir's The Grand Illusion. Next is by number 25, Jean-Luc Godard's Alphaville, starring Anna Karina and Eddie Constantine. This is Jean-Luc Godard's first science fiction movie. I haven't seen many Godard films. I've seen like 4 or 5, but I think out of the 4 films that I've watched, this is probably my least favorite one. This DVD has absolutely nothing on it, just the movie and an okay transfer. It has an essay, 2 pages long. It doesn't even have a trailer. That's how bare bones it is. Some MGM titles have better releases than this movie. I do not recommend this movie unless you're a Criterion collector or you're a die-hard Jean-Luc Godard fan. So yeah, that's Jean-Luc Godard's Alphaville. Next is my first Criterion Blu-ray, and it's by number 44. It's Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger's The Red Shoes. This movie looks absolutely stunning on Blu-ray. It's one disc there with a nice booklet here. It just loaded to the brim with special features. Look at that. Look at that. I got this like a couple weeks ago, so I didn't have time to delve into some of the extras. But Martin Scorsese was part of the restoration team for this movie. He was a huge Powell and Pressburger fan. So yeah, that's how much this movie is amazing. So yeah, that's Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger's Red Shoes. Next is a very rare Criterion and a very expensive Criterion. It's my number 64, Carol Reed's The Third Man. It's one of my favorite mystery movies ever made. This is the 2007 re-release. The original one goes for pretty high up too. It stars Joseph Cotten and Orson Welles. Joseph Cotten is an American novelist who goes to look for his friend Harry Lime, played by Orson Welles. But it turns out that he died, or so he thinks. And this is a 2-disc edition. This one, and this 2, and a nice little book here. I overpaid for this movie. I got this for like $35. That's too much money. Well, yeah, but the Blu-ray of this movie is more expensive than this. The Blu-ray for this movie is like $80. Cheapest thing to find is $80. But I highly recommend this one. Very hard to find though, but I highly recommend it. So that's Carol Reed's The Third Man. Next is spy number 102. Oscar winner for Best Foreign Film. It's The Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie by Luis Buñuel. This is the first Buñuel film that Criterion put out, and I can see why. I love this movie so very much. I'm a huge fan of satire and Luis Buñuel's work. This is the second of the Faith trilogy, and this is a 2-disc set. Disc 2 supplements, and disc 1 the movie, and a little book here. All the Luis Buñuel Criterion the French Luis Buñuel Criterions are all out of print from Studio Canal. I got this for $20 new on Amazon of all places. So I highly recommend this movie. If you want to start with Luis Buñuel's work, I recommend you either start here or with Viridiana or The Exterminating Angel. So yeah, I highly recommend this movie. Next is Luis Buñuel's final film. It's by number 143. It's That Obscure Object of Desire, made in 1978. This is a very unique movie in the sense that two actresses play the same person, and you could tell that it's two actresses too. It's not like he tries to make them look alike. So, and they have completely different personalities. One disc here. See, I got it from off of Amazon, new, $15, and when I opened it, this thing popped off, like this thing. It's really annoying, and it comes with a booklet here. I love the booklet. It's like shiny. It glistens in the light. And it comes with a little Criterion newsletter here to see what titles are in the collection. So yeah, I like this movie. I liked it. I don't recommend this as your first Buñuel to watch because it's surreal. But actually, yes, I do recommend this. If you're a huge Buñuel fan of French cinema, you should like this movie. That's Obscure Object of Desire. Next is spy number 260. Georges Franju, sorry, I botched that up. Eyes Without a Face. This is probably my favorite horror movie of the 50s and 60s. I love this movie very, very much. It's about it's about a doctor whose daughter's face is horrendous, is damaged, and her face is literally torn off except for her eyes. So the doctor tries to find girls that fit her profile, and they try to put the girl's face on his daughter. Like, for its time it came out, it had one of the most graphic operation scenes ever. It's where he rips off the girl's face, like literally. He scalpels the girl's face off, and you see what's underneath. But I highly recommend this release because it comes with Blood of the Beasts, a very intriguing documentary about the slaughterhouse of Paris. And this was made like Blood of the Beast was made 13 years before Eyes Without a Face. So yeah, I highly recommend this for all horror fans out there, and anyone who wants to start out with French cinema. I recommend you watch this one. Next is Louis Buñuel's third and final film in the Faith trilogy. It's spy number 290. It's Phantom of Liberty. Now, this movie was very surreal. Louis Buñuel's work, in France anyway, was very, very surreal. And yeah, this is the most surreal of his work. It's one disc. I overpaid for this too. I paid like $30. I'm out of control. In the booklet here. And this came with the Criterion newsletter. Yeah, I don't recommend it to anyone who wants to start out with Louis Buñuel's work because it's very, very surreal. Unless you like surrealist movies. Like if you like Un Chien Anodalo, Louis Buñuel's first film, you'd like The Phantom of Liberty. Next is another rare and very hard to find Criterion for a good price. Spy number 316. It's Akira Kurosawa's Ron. It's out of print as well. This is probably my second favorite Akira Kurosawa movie after Seven Samurai. It's based off of King Lear, and it's about a father, an overlord of his clan, and his two sons taking over, and his descent into madness. I highly, highly recommend this movie. It's a movie everyone should see at least once before they die. It's a 2-disc set. It's one, disc 2, and disc 1. And a very nice book here. Yeah. So, the supplements are very, very good on this disc as well. Like, Chris Marker does a documentary. I'm a fan of Chris Marker's work. So, that's Akira Kurosawa's Ron, highly recommended, but this set goes for very, very high. Next is Louis Buñuel's first film in his Faith trilogy, Spy number 402, and it's Louis Buñuel's The Milky Way. This is my least favorite Buñuel film that I've seen so far. Well, I don't know much about Catholicism, even though I'm Catholic, but I have to watch this movie a second time because there's just too much stuff that Louis Buñuel was saying. Like, his hero, the Marquis de Sade, makes an appearance in it. So, and I didn't even know who he was. So, it's a very, very nice book here with an interview with Louis Buñuel. Now, I absolutely do not recommend this as your first Buñuel that you watch. This was my first Luis Buñuel because it was the only one at my library at the time. And it sort of turned me off of Buñuel for a bit, but then I saw The Discreet Charm and the Bourgeoisie was there, and that got me back on the Buñuel. So yeah, that's The Milky Way. Next is another Jean-Luc Godard. It's by number 408. You can see that. It's A Bout Souffle, or Breathless. This is Jean-Luc Godard's first full-length feature with Jean-Paul Belmondo and Jean Seberg, with a cameo by Jean-Pierre Melville. A very, very good movie. It's probably my second favorite Godard after Paulo Le Fou. And there's a very, very, very nice book. It's like 80 pages long. And here is the cape. Here's the digipack, which I like very much because it has stills from the film from beginning to end. 2 discs. There is Jean-Paul and Jean Seberg. And 2 discs right here. This one and this 2. I like the packaging to this very much. I like the cover. I recommend this. Like, if you haven't seen any of Godard's work, I recommend you see this movie first or Contempt. Yeah. So that's Jean-Luc Godard, Breathless. Next are a couple recent ones. It's by number 561. It's Ken Loach's Kess from Britain. This is actually a very good movie. David Bradley is a very good job as this kid Billy. I thought the ending was very sad anyway. I won't spoil it for anyone. It's 2 discs. The little booklet here. The supplements on this disc are interesting. Like there's a television feature by Ken Loach, Kathy Come Home. I haven't gotten to check that out yet, but I'd really like to sometime. But I highly recommend this movie. It's very, very good. And all the actors are non-professional, I think, except for David Bradley. So, yes, I highly recommend Ken Loach's Kess. Finally, is spy number 565, Charlie Chaplin's controversial masterpiece, The Great Dictator. I love this movie. Like I said, I love satire, and Charlie Chaplin does a brilliant satire on Hitler. He makes fun of him so much, and it's hilarious. Like, his fake German actually sounds like German, but it's gibberish. It's complete gibberish. It's a very nice book here. I highly recommend anything Charlie Chaplin's ever done. But if you'd ever want to start with Charlie Chaplin, I recommend this movie or Modern Times to start with, because he went after Hitler before the United States did. This was made in 1940, and the U.S. didn't get involved in World War II until 1941. That's what I'm saying. Charlie Chaplin knew his stuff. Well, so that's it for my updates. That's it for my update. Hope you guys enjoyed it.